Guys, what's up? Learn right now Stone Coat's White Quartz Epoxy Kit. Every step along the way, how to renew your existing surfaces and save 10 times your money going to the big box store. Stay tuned and enjoy the video. We've got silver glitter, we got black glitter, and we got diamond dust. A little Undercoat epoxy is all you need to bring this countertop to life. I'm gonna mix up my epoxy for 2 minutes using a paddle mixer and a drill. I'll scrape that bucket to ensure a good mix. And then I'm gonna add in my glitters to however much I desire. I'll add in a little bit, I'll mix, I'll see what that mixture looks like, and I'll keep adding in glitters till the color desired is achieved. Thoroughly mix, and then we're pouring that out onto our countertop. We'll spread it with a notch trowel. We'll get rid of the trowel marks with a chop brush. This is also our 3-mix method, ensuring a quality cure. After the material is spread and chopped and leveled out, we're gonna use a heat source to remove the air incorporated into that epoxy. I like to use a propane torch. You can also use a heat gun. Enough yapping, let's get to work. I'm gonna start mixing up 24 ounces of Undercoat. That's 3 ounces per square foot of project. You can mix with a paddle mixer on a drill or by hand with a paint stick. If you're gonna go with a paddle mixer and drill, mix for about 2 minutes. Double that mixing time if you're gonna mix by hand. So I'm just gonna start out with just like the tip of my paint stick. Equal parts, every color. Just using this popsicle stick, I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna go 2 parts diamond dust, 1 part silver, 1 part black. Come back in with another popsicle stick of diamond dust. Look at that. So I'm loving this mix. You can really see how it's gonna look other than it's over wood. I think that's gonna look real pretty over a white board. We're ready to apply this material. All right, we're gonna take our glitter-filled white quartz epoxy mixture and apply it right here to the center of the project. And here's a pro tip, guys. Whenever you scrape your bucket, scrape it into the center of that mass of epoxy. This way, if we have any undermixed resin, it's gonna be thoroughly mixed as we take this 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch notch trowel, which is available on our website, and trowel this material amongst itself. This white quartz epoxy kit is so easy to apply, guys. All right, now take this mass, now that it's, completely mixed on my surface, and we're gonna spread the material over the field of the project. I'm gonna keep it away from the edges at first, because once epoxy starts working its way over the edge, it's gonna start running there. Epoxy likes to go where epoxy has been. So now that I'm spread on the surface, I'm gonna take that mass and walk it over my edge. And then I'm gonna take my gloved hand and wet down that edge, just in case I have any runs or missed areas. You want the whole edge wet with resin, and then it's gonna flow uniform over there. The glitter is gonna stick on your edge, it's gonna look real pretty. Now that the material has been spread, if you catch the light just right, you're gonna see the trowel marks. That's from spreading the material with that trowel. But that 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch square notch trowel gives you a perfect coating, the right amount of epoxy on your project with the least amount of waste, the least amount of drips. So the next step is you're gonna get a chop brush. But no matter how many times you put it through that brush comb, you need to delint the brush. No matter how much you spend, you're gonna get loose bristles. So I like to kind of get a little bit crazy with them. I'll slap it on my hand, kind of like Bob Ross used to do in the old days. For those of you who watch Bob Ross, see right there, there's a loose one. That's what you don't want in the epoxy, but we made them black so they stand out. You can grab a toothpick, you can grab a popsicle stick and pull them out nice and easy. The next step, we're gonna chop this top. It gets rid of the trowel lines, and it also mixes the material one final time. I get any residual epoxy out of my bucket onto the brush. I'll even pick up the epoxy off the ground. And now I'm chopping randomly. You don't wanna sit here and go right in a row like that. And I'm using the heel of my brush. When it goes out, it's spreading further, right? And just randomly hit the whole surface. It's gonna give it a little bit of organic movement in that glitter. And then we're gonna grab that heat source and eliminate all the air bubbles that we've incorporated, which will lay that epoxy back down. And then this project's complete, guys. When I let my epoxy projects cure A pro tip is to turn off the lights. The lights will reflect off the project, which the bugs will then fly right into it. And then you're gonna have to dig that out the next day. So kill off the lights and turn off your AC or heater that's blowing air right on your countertop surface. We got a bristle. Turn a popsicle stick into chopsticks. Or you can grab a toothpick or those like little dental picks. We've done the hard work for you. We've put all these additives, epoxy, and undercoat into a simple purchase epoxy kit for your purchasing pleasure. Check out the link in the description below. We have half-gallon, 1, 2, and 4-gallon kits of the white quartz epoxy kit so you can recreate this exact countertop over your old surface. All right, guys, it's time to remove the air bubbles out of your countertops. To do that, like I said, you're gonna use a propane torch or a heat gun, sweep the surface, like I'm gonna demonstrate, let the epoxy cool 3 to 5 minutes before coming back and then doing it an additional 2 times. Usually 3 torchings is enough to remove all those air bubbles. In the colder months though, you may need a couple more additional torchings. Just be sure to let that epoxy cool in between torchings. If you're coming back tomorrow and you're gonna do a clear coat, it's okay if you miss some. You're gonna sand those bubbles open, you'll apply a clear coat, but on that clear coat, spend extra time torching. That's when you don't wanna miss any of those micro bubbles. Let's go, round 2. So easy, it doesn't get any easier than this. You're mixing up clear epoxy, 1 part black, 1 part silver, 2 parts diamond dust. We're gonna let this cure. We'll be back tomorrow for the clear coat, and then we're gonna come back and do the ultimate top coat. This project will be complete and it's gonna survive your kitchen and bathroom use and abuse for years to come. Save 10 times your money on going to the big box store, guys, or going to Insiders and having a pro do it. DIY this project. You can do this. We teach you how to do it step by step, and I hope you gained a little bit of confidence on the white quartz epoxy kit. You can do this, guys. From Stone Coat Countertops, don't forget you got this, and we'll see you on the next video.